Forget the past. Keep going forward. You don't need nobody's validation. Throughout life, that is really the thing that holds people back the most. Waiting on other people's approval. Waiting to be validated through somebody else when all the validation you need is from God and within. You don't need anybody's validation. You don't need anybody's critique. You don't need, do what you do. Do what you do. Because that's what the world wants you to do. To always look to other people to stamp approval for what you're trying to do in your life. You do what you do. You don't need nobody else's validation. You don't need nobody else's stamp of approval. You may be your biggest critic, but you don't need no more. You got everything that you need within yourself to become who you want to be in this lifetime. Without somebody else trying to be the director of your movie. You don't need nobody else's validation. Sometimes you have to go within and use your own mind. You want advice on everything. You want to know how somebody else gonna think about what you're doing when you just need to do it. You don't need nobody else's validation. Go within and find the strength in yourself and love what you do. Love you. You might not think you're a big deal, but you are. You are a big deal. You're a big deal to the person that it means that you should only care about, and that's God. Everybody always looking for validation, always looking to do something, and then looking behind their shoulder to see what somebody else think about it. What do you think about it? How do you feel? How do you feel? That's what's important. You need nobody else's validation on nothing. Long as you're connected to the Most High and you know what you're doing and you know what your calling is and what you're supposed to be doing, you ain't for everybody. And that's fine because everybody ain't right for you. So you don't need everybody. You don't need validation from nobody else. Do what you do. Be great at it. Embrace it. This is what you're supposed to do. Do it. But stop looking for other people's approval and validation on what you are trying to achieve in your life. Because that is a roadblock. The time that you wasted looking to see if somebody else is approved, you could have went on to the next step in what you're trying to achieve. You need nobody else's validation. Continue to do what you do. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much your absence is being felt. Don't go back. They can keep pulling, they can keep watching, they can keep doing everything they do, but it ain't no coming back. Who wants to go back and deal with people that all you're going to remember and think about is pain? You right back where you was, stuck in that pain, stuck thinking about everything when you're supposed to be thinking about your future. You don't need anybody else's validation. Do you? And the past need to be the past. It don't matter how much your absence is felt. It don't matter how much people do. What was done while you was around? Nobody valued your opinion. Nobody cared about your pain. People laughed at your pain. People laughed at you about to be on the streets. I've been there. A lot of people have been homeless. A lot of people have been one step to being homeless. Nobody cared as much as you thought. Because a lot of people want to see you fall. You have to understand that you need nobody else's validation and you don't need to go back because a lot of people are waiting on you to fall. You get more attention when you fall than you do when you up. It don't matter. Let your absence be felt. But that's all it is going to be. It's going to be your absence. It's not going to be a reboot. You're not going back. It will not be a rerun. They will not get a chance to shadow you again. They will not get a chance to put out false rumors and to make you feel like you nobody again. You are somebody. You are special. You're here to do great things. Nobody can stand in your way of what God has for you. But you can't go back. It don't matter if your absence is being felt. Because when you was present, your presence was being ignored. You were devalued, spit on, talked about, laughed at in groups. Who wants to go back to that? It's a new life now. It's a whole new world. It's time for you to connect with people that's on your level. It's time for you to connect with a lover that's on your level. The past can watch, but they can't get on the boat. It ain't no room. It don't matter. Let your absence be felt and let that stay that way. Let your absence continue to go. Don't go back. Don't go back. They can be curious about the type of person you are now because of what they may see or what they hear. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because for a lot of people in this world, they were thrown away, but God found them. They found him and he found them. They threw you away like garbage. But the Lord had to get you out that garbage, rebuild you, and get you back to loving you. Don't ever forget how people made you feel, but don't dwell on it so much that you can't go on and have a future. Because that's what they're scared of. They scared of what you're gonna have without them. You got some people that don't want to see you happy no matter what. If it ain't with them, they don't want to see you happy. And they go out their way to do things to stop it. Because they miserable. But your presence was not valued. The love that you gave was not reciprocated. Don't ever forget that. It doesn't matter if your absence is felt. Don't go back. It's over with, whether they like it or not. Because you're going to always have some people that won't stop creeping, won't stop watching. They want to block all happiness in your life. Imagine you ladies or you gentlemen being in a relationship. And then no matter what, even when you're in a relationship with somebody, they are competing with you. It's about who can do the most in a relationship. That's not a relationship. That's competition. And then when you remove yourself, people don't want to see you happy. They go out of their way not to see you happy. So that's enough right there to let you know. Let your absence be felt, but don't go back. Don't ever go back. And stop looking for everybody else's approval on what you got going on or what you do. Let them critique on their own time. Who cares? You got to be free and understand and love what you do. Your relationship with God is the most important thing in the world. Now, when you don't have that, you have nothing. You have nothing. It's over with. He is the only one that you are auditioning for. Nobody else. Nobody has to like your content. Nobody has to like the way you look. They don't have to like the way you dress. They don't have to like anything about you. Who cares? How do you feel about you? We got to quit looking to other people and worrying about what other people think about what we saying, how we saying it, what we doing. It ain't but one person you need to be worried about that's watching. Nobody else matters. The love within you, that's what matters. When you start loving yourself, life gets better. You may come off cocky, you may come out, why? Look, people want you to wallow in sorrow. People want you to stay in that hole that they dug for you and threw you in. They threw you away, but God found you and made you a whole nother person. How dare you build yourself up, dust yourself off, destroy rumors, get yourself together, and then you go backwards. That's a disaster. Don't ever go back. It's always about forgiveness. But sometimes that forgiveness is giving something to people that they don't deserve. You forgive yourself and you move on. You forgive by not giving them the energy of anger and resentment and still being on that same BS because you got hurt. Your future is waiting on you while you still looking in the past, wondering why. Why did this happen? Hey, everything happens for a reason. God clears things because he knows certain people are not supposed to be in your life. What he is about to do for you, they can't be a part of it. A lot of people have been thrown away, disregarded by their own people, only to find it within themselves, the love within themselves to carry on in life, even if they feel like they're in this world alone. Because they know they're never alone. The angels are surrounding you and God has your back. You have to realize that. You don't need no validation and you don't need the past. You only need the future. And that's where you're headed. So nobody can block your blessings. Nobody can stop what God has for you. It's full speed ahead. You critique yourself. You correct your wrongs. Don't wait on nobody else. And if they feel your absence, fine, let them feel it. Because you don't ever want to feel the pain that you felt again.